It's
There we
looking pretty
go. We're
bad
coming
down
back.
here.
We're coming back up now. Hey, sorry,
Hello?
everybody. We had a little bit of a hiccup there. Everybody's fine now. How are you?
Oh yeah, it's good. Okay, to
Don't make
like
it weird,
to get us back where we were,
Yes.
Griffith Griffin was explaining what was going on, and that you have 3 marks,
On
three
my
s-
arm. Yeah.
yeah,
That-
3 units of demon time. Who knows what that is to get this done. Otherwise, your soul is theirs.
goes to their
Yeah,
realm. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Um,
Better get on
so
that then.
one moment. Let me see if there's something I can do about this.
Uh,
And Ohm is gonna go and grab their Sparkcraft stuff and bring over some stuff and start to like study the marks that are on Griffin's arm to like understand what um like what's at play here. Is it like what can I discern from it basically?
Okay. Yeah, I mean they are fairly deep claw marks, but they are like cauterized, like the skin around them is scorched.
Mm-hmm.
Same for like the mark on his forehead.
Okay.
Like there's no visible blood there because like whatever did it was like searing hot when it did it.
yeah.
Okay.
It was quite an experience.
Okay. Well, this shouldn't get infected, which is good. You'll live, for until these run out apparently. But um,
Always reassuring, cuz I appreciate you.
as you know, uh, if you were to get scratched, this is the way to get scratched. You know,
Can you figure out how long I got to live? Like,
let me look, and I'll like take some sort of like magnifying glass or something and peer at the like fine details of one of the scratches and see if the scratch is changing at all, or is it like
Um,
static?
you
Is it
can
like
see where
slowly
like
getting smaller?
you can see where like teeny tiny little bit at the end of one of them might have like healed a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But like it's not like going at such a rate that like you can see it like knitting back together or anything like
Sure.
that.
Sure.
Um,
Okay. Then yeah, so Ohm will be looking at it and go, oh, um,
yeah.
your body is setting the clock on this one, I think, because you're healing.
Never thought I'd be so mad about me healing. So guys, how are we gonna do this?
I
Cuz
could I could slow it down.
how
I mean,
can that?
just start restricting blood flow,
No,
less cells move to heal, and you know,
I, I
uh,
don't. I don't. You and I both know I don't think that's how that works when ghosts mess with you, man.
it's fair.
Like,
This was maybe me giving you false hope, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
yeah, like I'm pragmatic. We can. I'm a big boy,
Okay.
but we really need to figure this out before I just go and storm their base and go steal the heart. Like,
Well,
Right.
that's not going to
That
help.
is an idea.
see, I got somebody on my side.
Okay. This is your decision apparently. One yes, one no.
Well, I
Sorry, guys, I'm back. We're gonna. There we go. Sorry, did I mess it all up?
nope,
No.
all good.
Nope.
Oh, you're
No.
good.
you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
It doesn't move anything.
All right. So the wraiths were able to get in and get it. Were you guys able to find any information out about what the wraiths were doing, or the crows?
We had a conversation with them. They were, less than informed, unfortunately, about the grand plans of their crew. But Narcos had a contact, Mr. or Mrs. Roth, that was looking for some object. Could have been this heart, the demon heart.
It's in a bad way.
But ended up talking to the Lord. And I don't know which Lord they were referring to there. I gathered that Mr. or Mrs. Roth is the kind of handler for whoever the Lord is. And that could be one of the many noblemen in the city, or it could be a vampire, is one of the things that Milos had mentioned. Or it could be someone else entirely. The list is long right now.
I recognize that Mr. and Mrs. Worth.
Roth. Let's find a way to figure that out. Right? Like that's.
I got skills and
That's-
stuff.
Well, it may just be like a fortune roll.
I'm from around
Fortune roll
here,
using like
son.
consort or something.
I like using consort.
Oh, like it's a flashback to a conversation she had months ago.
Yes. While I was gambling at the poker table with other rich folk, as I do. Not shooting dice like some people.
I feel like that was a direct shot at me, Maribel, and I feel personally attacked.
So I think.
Well, at least I didn't leave any marks.
So I think a fortune roll is just like the fortune roll, like you get a couple dice and like depending on how they come up, like yeah, maybe you've heard the name, maybe you haven't.
Okay.
Consort or sway would be more like if you did want to go talk to somebody and be like, hey, do you know who Roth is? Like kind of
I'd
nail.
like to know if I know them like if I recognize the name.
Okay. Roll fortune.
I have a couple because I'm from here.
Yeah, you can have 2.
Woo!
Survey says
5 and a 1.
5.
Who be Roth?
Who be Roth?
We Roth. Who be this Roth?
I don't think you know them directly, and I'm not sure that you necessarily know who they work for. You know that Roth, and that's sorry, I do have the extra spelling here somewhere. Because I want to say it's Roethe. In case it
Extra E's, man. Get you every time.
I know, right? In case it comes up again. They're not noble, but like they're like household staff for nobility.
Okay.
And like you've definitely like I don't think you know them directly, but like it's a name you've heard from like someplace else that you have been.
Okay. So I connect them in Skurlock.
I want to say no, but
Okay.
I'm not sure because it seems like everybody already has. So
Well, someone said a vampire, and I know one vampire, and it's
I
a
mean,
vampire.
there's one fact.
These were the musings of a drunken sailor. So who's to say? No offense, Milos, but I could smell it at the time.
Well, you finish a job, you just have to drink a couple.
we can't all just go shopping for our vice, okay? That's like
It's true. I really get off easy. It's like I go on a shopping spree. Someone else is like,
Retail.
I look into the eye of Cthulhu. Of the elder ones. It's like,
I
They're the
trip
same,
on weird
really.
acid water in the basement with like a bunch of ghosts. Yeah, that's
Look, we all have our vices.
Ethan
Okay.
always has the fun ones, though. That's the thing.
I mean, why gamble when you can
Right.
summon elder beings?
you can really gamble. Yeah. Dice? Money? Nah.
Nah.
Weird things with giant souls that live underwater and see into your brain? Now that's gambling.
That's the gambling life for me. Well, I think we're gonna have to find out which noble Roth works for, where and why and how.
Let's
And
see.
where might this item be? Because the storm crows were trying to recover the object for Roth and their lord, but who knows who the wraiths were working for?
Well, we could have a
Could've been
conversation with
themselves.
the wraiths.
I mean, we know where a drop off is. We can always go and investigate.
Maybe it's there. Maybe that's where they're dropping it to their client, and we just pick it up.
And that'd be mighty fucking convenient.
I'd be.
It's worth a shot, but that would be mighty fucking
One
convenient.
time we went there, Milos, and there were a lot of papers that had information that was very important to Maribel.
Well, it's a dead drop, but
Yeah.
I think the exact thing we're looking for would be a bit convenient.
No, but if a storm crow shows up, we can have a lovely chat, can't we, Milos? You know,
Wraith.
Since
Wraith.
we pretty much decimated the storm crows.
Storm crows are not in a good way. I don't reckon we have much trouble from them.
So if we stake it out and nab a wraith, but this time we're going to ask them for information. We're not going to try and take the dead drop, because
No.
I could rig up another.
No, I
Okay.
don't.
No.
I think taking care of Griffith is more important than reestablishing the dead drop at this moment.
Oh, right,
Then,
yes.
after roughly 3 days, we'll see if we can set up the dead drop or not. So,
Do you like how distracted Sticks got there on you? I hear the chuckling of like, my fucking cousin is the worst.
It's like, I'm gonna die.
I have a question.
yes.
The last time we talked to these wraiths and you all took that dead drop or what have you, the guy who fucked it up ended up dead. Did he not?
Yes.
That's what I call leverage. If we manage to capture one of these wraiths, then they've already fucked up. Them are already dead. Men like that have loose lips.
I take that. I think that's good. I think we scout out some wraiths, pick one off, see what kind of information we can get. Go from there. Maybe
Awesome.
I can put out feelers to see if Roth is connected to the wraiths, or we can all in on wraiths.
Okay.
I would think that knowing more about Roth would be helpful, but
Okay.
I don't think that any of us are equipped to help with that effort. So,
I'm not.
Perhaps it's a job for another time. Because we know the
Yeah.
wraiths took this thing.
Exactly. I think we stick with that plan, going after the wraiths. If that leads us nowhere, then we'll take this other potential route.
and just so we're clear, if we discover the location of the heart, we're just going to move to take it, right?
Yeah.
I believe that's the only option we have.
Okay.
Preferably without bloodshed.
I'll go get my
Preferably.
things.
Thank you, Griffith, Ghost, are you ready for the hunt?
Very much so.
Milos?
No.
All right. Well, let's figure this shit out then.
I'm bolting out the door.
Okay. So where are we going then?
So the cover drop, right? Where the old one was, because it's we know that place and we know that wraiths operate there.
Well, or we keep running into them. So they're on and about town. Like we could maybe just find them.
Yeah, I think if we set Ghost to track, then
Yeah.
we
Yeah, we
come
could
up
just
with
find
one.
them, but
Yeah.
either way.
So what you do know about them is that they tend to truck in information and like stolen luxury goods, and that they definitely do work in Night Market and Silkshore.
They're what we would
Alright.
be if we actually acted like shadows.
They are the sterling example that we must remove from the game because they're making us look bad. Yes.
Yep.
Making us look bad.
David said,
So
it's not our fault, Mike. It's their fault for being what we aspire to be.
I never said
Did
it was your
we-
fault. I'm
do
a
we
big
ever
fan of
take a
Mr. Rogers.
mask?
You be whatever you want to be, right? That's like
I can't remember because it's so long ago. But did we ever take like a mask from them or something of clothing from them?
I don't think so because we
I
don't want
think
to
Owen went and
pin.
grabbed one or tried to grab one off the body.
Yeah, no, I
We
got
managed.
Oh, do
the
you?
yeah, when he was
But
like
they
floating down the river, I went down and
Oh,
fished
right,
the
right.
mask out of the thing. So we have I mean it's gross, but it's we have a plague doctor mask.
I mean,
Plague Doctor mask
cool.
worn by a dead man. That's
But that was thrown in the gross river. Yay.
I would try to get Cerberus to see if he can get any kind of scent out of that to kind of help boost my effect from standard to great.
here, take a big sniff. He's like, like
Yeah.
Yep, sorry about
Month-old eel. Got it.
It's not even the head that sniffed it that like gags.
It's the other one.
Yeah.
One is all business, the other one is all reaction. That's the reason.
This a risky
It's my
or
biting hand.
yeah, risky is sort of middle of the road in terms of like difficulty, right? So
did I get it up? Did I get my standard up to great?
Are
we?
yeah, with having Cerberus help, that'll bump you up a notch there.
I don't want a devil's bargain this early in the game. I'll take 2
Are
more
you sure?
stress. I'm very sure. Give me that extra die.
I mean, you already have one bargain with like a demon.
Yeah,
What's wrong
with
with
a
the
demon,
devil?
I don't need
What's wrong with the
enough.
devil?
Alright, I got a 5. Alright, cool.
Okay. Yeah, so Cerberus is able to get a scent off it. He takes you out across the Taffeta Bridge to Silkshore.
Okay.
And he's kind of like sniffing around. And as you get into Silkshore, which of course is a map that I have not added the new version to Roll20, so haha. He basically takes you like all the way to like the ocean side of Silkshore.
Okay.
Right. And out there, it's almost to where the lightning wall is, and there's actually, you're still on this side of a canal that separates you from like the piece of land that lightning wall is. But you can see what's called a spark grounds over there, and that's actually it's like a carnival, like circus kind of setup, where there are people who have like metallic hang gliders that they fly by the lightning wall so that the lightning arcs to it as part of like the display. So like you can see
Oh.
them
That is
doing
so
this stuff
cool.
where like they're getting struck by lightning and like swooping around and stuff. But still on the city side of the last canal before you reach that area of ground that's on, there's a block, and one of the buildings on that block is like about 4 stories tall.
Okay.
And he kind of like stops and like looks at that kind of tallish tower-y kind of building.
Good boy. Good boy. Give him a treat. I was like, go get the others. I'm gonna go have a chat. I'm gonna go in the building.
So did you go by yourself to like scout this out?
I'm guessing I did, unless somebody else came with me. I was assuming that I was going by myself.
Okay.
That's why I was. Anybody came
Okay.
with me? Yes.
It
No?
sounds more interesting. We'll say that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
interested to see
into
what
like
Griffith's-
we're all by some like eel jerky cart waiting for Cerberus to come get us while you go into the bad guys' headquarters alone. This is great.
Sounds like a plan.
So yeah, I mean you're there by the cart
plan.
selling the eel jerky. Like, oh
You know
yeah,
what?
yes.
It sounds like a high shelf gaming sponsored plan, honestly, because that sounds about like our plans,
It's like,
just in general.
yeah, pretty much. Hey, I have reckless as a trauma, so
Oh, that's true. You do.
yeah,
There you go.
We
playing to my trauma.
are not smart. Forgetting that you are generally a reckless human being. Takurosemi.
Well, we get rid
Yeah, that
of
was
the
on
demon
us.
mark one way or another, right? Like
If he's dead, we don't have to worry about it.
that's what Maribel's saying.
Is that how the demon feels? I don't think so.
Hey,
I think so.
we never even met the demon.
Yeah, you
Oh,
two would be
Milo's
fine.
and Omer good.
Mhm.
We're great.
So I think as you're like Cerberus.
I think there's a chill that goes down my spine
Yeah.
as I walk in. Like, huh.
I don't think there's transference. I'm just saying.
No, so you're still out front, and you're like Cerberus, go get the rest, and like you turn, and like you see Cerberus kind of walk away, and out of like the edge of like an alley that's over there, you see after Cerberus goes down a little ways, it's like a cat. It's like the size of a cat with no tail, and it's metallic. And instead of having like a neck and a cat's head, there's like a glass sphere on it that's like kind of like got glowy blue inside it.
What Scooby-Doo bullshit is this?
And it faces your direction for a second, and then it has like little vents that kind of open up in the back of like where like the back of its shoulders would be, and like vents a little bit of like like smoke, steam, cold air or something like that. And then it turns and it kind of trots off the direction the Cerberus went.
I almost want to shoot it, but I really, really want to go get this heart, or at least
Yeah.
find out. So,
Well, it's small, and it's kind of like darting around, like it's jumping on top of crates and behind things along the side of the like road wall. It's kind of it goes
Okay.
off that same direction back towards the Taffeta Bridge, back to Crow's Foot.
okay, that's unfortunate. Let's go in. I open the door. Yeah, I'm just going in through the front door.
Um,
You don't need Demas.
This isn't our fault. We didn't.
Griffith needs Demas.
Thank you. Don't blame me and Ohm for this.
I'm also doing it.
Gentlemen!
So
I don't
as you
think Demas
approach
would
it,
have
like
stopped him.
the windows are all covered from the inside, right? Like this isn't like a store like kind of thing. Like people, if it was, like it may have like signs up still like chipped paint on the window from like when it was a store, but like it's been closed for a long time. And I think like if you do go try the door, it doesn't just open.
That easy, would it? What do I have? That might be a rule. Alright, I would like to prowl around and see if I can find a way in to this building. Like either climbing up onto the roof or finding an entrance into like a basement or another
Yeah,
open window.
You're trying to like scoot around and check it out. It's like, is there openings, is there gaps, there, you know.
Because I just realized I don't have rec. So kicking in the door is not an option here.
Hey, you know who has a wreck?
Demas?
Where we at?
No.
What,
Yeah.
risky? Or desperate? Like, I'm in one of those two.
It's risky unless you want it to be desperate.
We'll do risky.
Okay.
Right now. Standard effect.
Yeah.
What kind of devil? What's my devil's bargain? Like, how bad can this go?
That's
the worst.
dangerous question
Don't
to
ask
ask.
that question. That is.
Oh, I think I accidentally submitted it. Ignore that. Unless it's awesome, then don't ignore it.
It was a 4.
Yeah,
so
ignore that.
that was not a thing. Not the thing. Let's see. So does Silk Shore have like a specific one? No.
You get fine silks.
No, the weird district mechanic for Silk Shore is if you overindulge your vice in Silk Shore, you'll get a taste for it and then get a +1 die the next time you indulge your vice there.
Ooh.
Huh.
Which is actually a good thing to keep in mind for all.
Yeah.
In case you do overindulge.
Yeah.
I think the devil's bargain is that you can have the extra die, but like this is like the route for people going to the Spark grounds to like see this like performance stuff. So like there's definitely people around, and it's like it's not necessarily like scoundrelly type people. It's like families.
People go to carnival and then
Yeah,
they get to
it's like
see you kick in a door.
people here in the dark with their kids going through the district that's like not as like crimey as like Crowsfoot. Like Silk Shore is a little more gray market
sure.
red light district. Like it's not like
I'll take that.
gangs walking the street rolling people for their cash. So
What do we get?
Good question.
Yeah.
6.
6.
It was worth
Awesome. It was worth it.
Was it though?
Well, that third die was the 6, so yeah.
I hear you, but like now there's like witnesses.
Maybe he would have failed otherwise.
But he might have gotten away. Now he can't.
I think you guys are overestimating how bad witnesses to crimes are.
Like statistically in real life, they're really bad.
Yeah. Well, that and like this part goes bad, and now you've created Batman. I hope you're happy.
Yeah. Fair. Fair. We don't want to make another Batman.
I'm Batman.
There's like 20 of them in the city, I'm sure of it.
Except they're literally bats. I don't even like.
They're just vampires.
Yeah, so I think you do find like a basement window, like one of those like kind of partially recessed like ground level ones behind a like a crate. But like as you're making your way through it, there's definitely like a couple little kids who are like, "Mommy, what's over there?" Like she's like, "Oh," like clutches the like I'm too poor to actually own pearls and like ushers the kids away.
Clutches the plastic beads.
I show my teeth.
Kind of like pearls.
I show my teeth and be like, shh, as I go into the basement.
Even more. Yeah, like that scares all of them even more.
Good. Get out of here. So, what
said, I'm about to cause trouble. Please leave.
Yes, so down here, it's a cramped, dank, kind of gross basement. There's probably like one little tiny, like dangling electroplasmic light bulb, like over by the stairway that goes back up into like the building that you're under.
Okay.
And you can see that there's a bunch of like dusty crates down here, and it smells really dank. And there's a workbench like over there by the like on the side of the stairway.
Gotcha.
That has a bunch of leather working tools, and like there's a torn up plague doctor mask and like some extra leather and like pieces that have been cut out. Like somebody was like starting to like repair it.
I would take a page out of Maribel. Is there any like dark cloaks also around?
Not really down here. Like there's some hides, there's some pieces of leather, like some fairly largish pieces of leather, but like nothing that you'd like totally cover up with or anything like that. And then there's just a bunch of like, if these were chests that mattered to somebody, they haven't mattered in probably 15 years. They're covered in gunk, like dust, and like all the metal's like rusting around the edges and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna take I'm gonna take my mask off, put it in like my little jacket, and put the plague doctor mask on.
Okay. So it's missing like a chunk along like the side of the face and like out to like partway down like the beak kind of thing. Damn. Like that's why it was on the bench, was like they had the tools out and they had like gotten out some rivets. They were gonna try to patch a new piece of leather onto the side.
I guess. Does the Wraiths have Takaroses in their ranks? We don't know. Okay.
They got people who all wear masks whenever they're doing their stuff.
Well, yeah.
Sounds
so
familiar.
I look at it and I'm like, this whole wearing a mask thing is kind of hard to identify. Crap. And I throw it back on the table and put mine back on. Like, I have that realization, like, damn, that would have been a good disguise. All right, I go. You know what?
I'm tempted to just call a timeout there and find out what everybody else.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next. Like I was not expecting to get this far. Being quiet. Like, now what do I do?
Meanwhile, back in Crowsfoot, hanging out in the back of Ohm's old shop and like at the door, like.
We were like out somewhere, like
yeah, we were probably by the bridge at like some sort of eel cart.
Not like playing poker in the back room, waiting for something else to happen.
When I had my cards on me, we could.
There's some like a vendor doing like hagfish
cheated cards.
Yeah.
Rude of you, sir.
We're over by some barrel. You're teaching me a game that I'm destined to lose. And
yes, that is probably correct.
Milos definitely does not play cards with Mary, but he's like, you know what I'm fucking lying is not fair.
But you see, the thing is, this is a very simple game. There's only 3 cards, and all you have to do is find the queen. Eye on the queen. Eye on the queen. Like...
Exactly.
I'm not gonna make enemies of these 3. These 2.
Always left. Yeah.
Always.
So.
No, plus none of these people want to end up on your friends list because we know what happens, right? That's,
Yeah.
So
everybody keeps like 6 feet away from Maribel at all times, just like just in case. Just in case.
Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Okay.
Do we end up?
Does Cerberus find us?
Yes, yeah. Cerberus does find you. You're there. There is like a vendor there who is like has like his little cart. He has this big pot of like hagfish stew. And he does kind of freak out when he sees Cerberus. like oh Lord. Like
he's
puts the lid back on the stew and starts to like slowly back away. It's like
and Oma
where are you going,
like very gently pat their leg to signal the Cerberus to come over and like lower the rest of their eel jerky or whatever so that Cerberus can get a nibble. It's okay. This one's with me.
He don't bite.
But that one doesn't, but the other one does. So stay to the right. Just kidding. They both bite.
Yeah. The guy's like, you're done with your stew now, right? Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, here you go.
Like,
here's your bowl.
I think as you turn to like see him approaching and you're like, hey, come here, boy. You do catch a little glimpse of like bluish light. Like the Taffeta Bridge has like that thing where people have like built buildings onto the side of it kind of
Cool.
scenario. And like up on like the top corner of one of those buildings, you catch like this little speck of light for a second, like as if it was like a glass globe with like something sort of blue and glowy in it on something cat-sized.
Perfect.
But you see it like dart away.
Yeah, I
over
mean,
the top of that
Ohm
building.
would keep their eye out for sparkly blue light source again. But probably at least on the initial view, think it will one time is just a thing. But if I see it twice, now I'm gonna care about it. So I'll
Yeah.
keep an eye out for it from going forward.
So are you hanging out here masked or like
I would think
We're on
so.
the job. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think
mask
so.
on,
If
eating your stew? That's like,
yeah, like we just have this part exposed.
yeah,
It's just a bunch of
getting all
grins.
Rorschach with it. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
we're gonna warm those
And
beans
then-
up. No.
and then pull it down, pull up the turtleneck so it's all black,
Mhm.
and no identifying features there. And all right, Cerberus, take us to him.
Yeah, Cerberus will lead you back across the Taffeta Bridge and all the way off to like the far side of Silk Shore there, where you also get that view of like the spark flyers, like with the gliders up there, like catching the lightning off of the wall at the
That's
spark
cool.
grounds. But he leads you to like this. It's a block where like all the buildings are pretty much connected, and like the building that's on the corner is like just it's taller. It's about 4 stories tall. It was some sort of store at one point. Like the letters are flaking off the windows, but like it's like the windows have been all covered from the inside, and like all like it looks like
So
there were
yeah,
drapes that were closed on the inside of all the windows, and then something else covering over on the inside, and like the drapes are like yellow and moth-eaten, and like it's been years since that was closed.
gotcha. So yeah, Ohm will start looking around for his cousin, and say, okay, well, where is he? Is he in one of the alleys or your dog? Okay, and then yeah, Ohm is just gonna try and look for Griffin. Because surely he's not inside without us. He's out here somewhere, hiding among some people or over in a shadow.
I think Cerberus will be like, oh yeah, you were trying to get me to find him, and like where's Dad, right? And like one head will kind of like go up and like sniff the air, and the other one kind of like sniffs in the direction of like the doorknob of the door that's right there.
Oh, and just gonna look at the dog. Seriously, okay. Just try the doorknob.
Do we want to?
No, okay. It seems that Griffin has gone in.
But it's like the two heads like try to go like, no, we want to go here, we want to go there, we want to go here.
Oh, gotcha. I'm sorry. When we're not in job, you're Ghost, right? So sorry. Ghost may have gone this way or that way.
Perhaps we should check around here and just to see what's here before we just barge in, or am I incorrect in thinking that is what we should do?
If Rivers just run in, then we probably need to catch up. I've no doubt he's gotten himself into trouble.
Yeah, one moment. I'm gonna listen for the sound of like gunshots in combat. Sounds quiet. Let's maybe let's look around. Maybe he's
I think you don't hear gunshots in combat, but you do kind of catch a whiff of gunpowder. Like
But is it from the circus right next to us? Like,
well,
do I know?
The circus is like a block over, right? Like you can see
okay.
them from here because they're like
Okay.
a mostly open space, and they're by like
Okay.
the lightning wall. So,
Okay.
Okay.
But like the higher up windows in the building, like some of them are open. At the ground level, everything looks like it's been closed up for a long time.
Yeah, I want to start trying to get hidden. Being out here makes me nervous. So yeah, I'm gonna get into an alley, start looking around, and try and be stealthy for a hot second.
So the question I would ask then is this a stealth plan? Because to try to break into the building.
To break into the building, yes, it's stealth. I have a feeling when we try and like talk to somebody, that's not gonna be stealth anymore.
I think we're just trying to steal the object, right? If we have to
it's
talk to
here.
somebody, then sure. But
Yes, if we could steal
Ohm
the
doesn't want to talk
object.
to anybody.
I know.
Want to?
There's 2 other people here that would love to kill people, though, I think. So
I just
Bailiff's
wanted to
super
get
friendly.
that.
He'd love to talk with someone.
yes, while breaking their wrist.
Well, only if they bring it to.
So yes, I think stealth is what we're trying to do currently.
Okay. So if this is a stealth mission, then we get to detail the point of infiltration, which is
The front door.
No, some like
We're looking-
side entrance through an alley that's hidden.
Yes, that is
The
what we're
side door.
Is there a way that I'm guessing you guys are walking around? I'm in the basement, right? So can I just do like a quiet whistle to like the basement window to bring attention to it, or is that metagaming too hard?
I think there may be a point where like Cerberus is like kind of sniffing around and like kind of does the back and forth thing, and like you can kind of hear Cerberus scratching around outside.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah. I think if we say it's a stealth mission, then the point of infiltration is the basement window. It's because, Cerberus was back there and Griffith can whistle to Cerberus, and then you can be like, oh, there's a window.
Cool. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I whistle like, hey.
Okay, so we're doing a stealth score, and our point of
Yes.
infiltration is the basement window. So everybody needs to pick out your load, and then we need to do an engagement roll.
How to Blades in Dark?
Yep, I'm going heavy because if we are planning on this being a stealthy robbery situation, believes that they need to bring a lot of gear to do all the B&E stuff. So, basement window, Ohm will open it in such a way to not cause it damage.
Right.
Or
So
repair the damage
if you
that's already
are
been
going
made.
heavy, that also means that like when you're doing stuff that like, I'm carrying so much gear starts to become a factor in when we're making rolls.
Right.
Right. And also that means that you were sitting at some guy's hagfish stew stand with like, here's my duffel bag full of stuff. like crowbars.
That sounds like
here's
though.
the axe.
That
And like here's like, the buzzsaw. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Mine's
Just a bit of
that's-
construction. Don't worry about it.
I'm normal.
okay.
Yeah,
I went normal.
I didn't hear you there. Ethan. Sorry.
It's normal. Milos runs normal. People probably assume he's up to no good just because he's a giant individual, and like
With a harpoon.
with a
It's-
harpoon,
it's
which
the
like is
harpoon.
mostly concealed most of the time, but like. you
Well, we'll
can't
find out
completely
later if you
conceal-
brought it, right? Because you have to be like, I brought my harpoon. Box just checked.
It's not like it's chained to my soul or anything. Sure, I left it out.
I didn't realize chained to your soul. Fuck, man.
Oh,
right.
whole elder
So-
god thing.
I'm going to use burglary gear to get us in.
Okay.
Because I have all this stuff. I better start using it. And is there just one window in the basement?
Only one that's like accessible. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then to get into that, I just want to mention that once we're on the other side, Ohm would like to, or Styx would like to put some sort of like blackout curtain or opaque cloth over the window, just so that nobody on the street or in the alley or whatever can look in and see us, wandering around down here.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Yep. All right. Then we get to make an engagement roll. So who wants to be in charge of that?
Is
Is that just a fortune roll? I always forget.
Yeah, it's
Or
a
is it-
fortune roll, and then we have to do the whole like, are you on better
Yes.
standing, and did you have help from friends? And
Right. We had no help from friends. We just did this.
Yeah. So, 1 die for sheer luck.
Sweet.
Is the operation particularly bold or daring?
Yes.
Very.
Seems bold and daring because this is like their hideout. Getting into.
Something.
Is this overly complex or contingent on many factors?
No, we're just going in to get it.
Yeah.
It's not too
The
complex.
factor is it here or not?
Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
I mean, it seems pretty open down.
They just left this window here. Okay, yeah.
It seems like it.
Is the target strongest against this approach? Do they have particular defenses or special preparations?
No, it doesn't seem like it.
You tell me.
We're not aware of any.
We just lost a die, so
Yeah.
yes.
They left
Can-
that window there, but it might have been on purpose.
Yeah.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Are we past that point?
No. We can always like bring in someone, right? So like maybe because we're going after another group of shadows, maybe my blood dealer friend Jewel, maybe they know of this crew and could have given us some insights or something along those lines.
Okay, yeah. Jewel has definitely heard they've been sniffing around lately. They've been trying to establish some new connections, and yeah, they operate in Night Market and they operate in Silk Shore, and they definitely have a place that they tend to hold up in Silk Shore.
Okay.
So, any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation?
The Wraiths.
They are our enemy. Yeah, no.
Right? I mean, they're a
they-
rival.
Unless that does that refer to like the contacts list, or is
Well,
it?
it can
right,
also be
right,
the
yeah.
contacts list too, if you want.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Because I think the rate, like if we do a score, we're always going up against somebody. So I don't know that
That's
it's
right.
enough to take away a die every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You know.
So we're at 3 or 2.
We'll ask it again.
Okay.
Was there anybody like specific besides like the Wraiths who it's like obviously it's their place, they don't want you there, or they want
No.
anybody in there?
No, I don't think so.
I don't have anybody in particular that I think would fit in for this one.
Okay. Any other elements that you might want to consider? Lower tier target, higher tier target, situation in a district that makes the operation more or less tricky. I think
This area
they are
isn't
tier 2.
okay.
We're tier 1 plus or something.
Tier 1 and strong.
So we lose a die, right?
Yep.
But we were going after a higher end target, so that's cool. And then also this is like a neighborhood that really doesn't have a lot of crime, and so like easier to catch heat, right?
Or vice versa, because it doesn't have a lot of crime, it's not heavily patrolled.
Well, it is patrolled. There is crime, but it's not like violent crime. It's like there's a lot of vice dealers here. There's a section that's like brothels and stuff. There's like black market goods trading. There's stuff
It's like
like
going to
that.
the red
but
light
it's not
district in
like
Amsterdam. Like
yeah,
there's just a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
But it's like cool for tourists.
it's a coffee shop you're hanging out in, and they're going to serve you coffee. That's yeah.
Surely you don't go to the guy working out of the closet upstairs. Purchase other material.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we're at 2 dice.
Do we have anything in our crew sheet that adjusts our engagement roll? I always forget. No.
Let's take a look.
No, they do not.
Nope.
Okay. So 2 dice. That's what I'm rolling, yes?
Yep.
All right, let's do this. Submit. Oh, input value notes. No, nothing. Okay. I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so everybody's able to get down here into the basement. You're able to like yeah. So there's the window into the basement, and Griffith is down there. He's like, yeah, we're down here. I'm in here, right? Like over here. Like stage whisper in the mic. I'm over here. Right? So everybody's able to like be there, and like Maribel slips in, Milos slips in. I don't think Cerberus is going to get in through that window, just
No.
because like he's not climby dog. I think as you're coming in through the window, like you've got the big bag of stuff
Yeah.
that I think catches and like tears a piece, and like stuff clatters out onto the floor.
Fuck.
God.
So like you hear
Milos is
a
like
voice.
giant. Milos is like giant. I feel like he would help Cerberus in. Because if he could make it in, Cerberus could make it in. He's huge. He's like 6.5 feet tall.
Come on, we're gonna make Casey check different boxes this time.
Cerberus, go home, boy. I'll send them home.
Like,
I don't want
patrol outside. Like
Yeah, patrol outside.
Okay. Yeah, so I think
I hear a voice.
You're all in, and you do hear you hear somebody say something out loud, but it is muffled, and it's probably you're in the basement, and you're not even sure that it would be first floor, right? Like that might actually be second floor.
It's like our old building.
I really need to hear that.
Hear fucking everything.
Okay, then
Yeah,
is going
from down here. You can like, there's a light on the first floor, and like the floorboards, like you can kind of see gaps between the slats. Like they're not real big, but like there's that little like.
So
crack you
I'm
can see
gonna
a light up there, kind of deal.
Is gonna kind of ignore some of the stuff by where their stuff fell, and they're gonna run over to like a drain pipe. And very, very quickly like cup their ear to the drain pipe and listen and see if they can catch the other half of that conversation. Which is totally might not work, but that is their intention, is like, okay, I got to hear this. If at all possible, drain pipes go from floor to floor, and that might carry the vibration. So I'm going to go over there and do my best to try and hear that conversation.
Yeah, there's this one, and it's like all the stuff down here is like old, and like
maybe like in the burglary kit, I've got like half a stethoscope.
Well, I think like part of this pipe is just like it's not sealed anymore, like it's rusted. There's an opening in it.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can like kind of like hear. You hear somebody else answer back, and it's echoey and it's through the thing, but you can pick up as like. Yeah, he tells him, the voice says, I think you're full of shit, but if you really think you heard something, go check it the fuck out.
And
I'll gesture to Milos.
He just kind of moves the coat aside, and
I'm gonna start cleaning up. I'm gonna start cleaning up my stuff.
I'm gonna move back into a shadow.
Okay. I'm gonna clean up all my evidence and go and hide in the shadow myself.
Okay, yeah, I mean you can hear creaking coming from a stairway, like somebody is moving around upstairs.
Milos is like back against a wall next to a door, like harpoon out, just kind of ready to.
I'm gonna ready my blow dart gun. And shake out of my hair some of the because I'm venomous, I'm gonna shake some of the psychedelic powder that just like dandruffs in my hair.
Yeah, that's doubly gross.
That's kind of nasty, man.
That's gross.
I don't know where else they get it from, so like that's what I'm thinking is
you could secrete it from your neck holes.
All right, fair enough. I'll like
no, we're down for hair dandruff now. I'm sorry.
I'm not sharp down for hair dandruff.
I don't know where else because it's a powder.
Okay, do we need to have another lines and veils discussion about like
that's fair,
things to do with dandruff? Because
fair enough.
So I'll go at it to the survey.
I'll dose from my neck. I'll dose from my neck.
I'm just like, that's kind of grody. I thought
that's
took better care of himself.
Maybe it like pools in little spots in the neck, and so it's like a gentle roll of the needle through there to dose a dart. with
It's all gross.
That's still gross.
That's
to me.
that's less gross to me. I don't want you snowing on your shoulders from poison. It's just it's bad memories from like 2/3 of my middle and high school class.
we don't need to get personal, dude. I'm just saying that the character needs to achieve this effect by some means. There's only so many excretions I'm willing to mention on Twitch. So
many
And it's
excretions that
still
won't
too
get us
many.
banned from
It is
Twitch.
still too many.
Damn it. We
Uh,
are off the rails again.
thanks for coming by our stream to try to raise some money for everybody. And like, we're gonna go now. That's
Yeah.
God, guys.
I dose a dart and I get it right.
okay. Yes. We'll draw the we'll pull the veil. It's like, yeah, he doses the dart. However that works.
It says it in the game. What do I do with that information?
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
It's fine.
Go forward.
You're
Go
not
for
wrong.
it. I just
Move
had to push
forward.
back a little bit on the danger because it's just so grody. Gross is one thing, grody's another.
Okay, so yeah, there's somebody coming downstairs. I think you hear like the sound of like they come down from like the second story probably, or definitely because I'm just not gonna try to make it guess. Roll perception, like no. He comes down from the second floor to the first floor. As he's walking from the first floor, from wherever the stairs to the upstairs come down, which is along one side of the building, and the other stairs that come down to here, which is on like a different wall. He's like walking on that like rickety floor above you. So like Maribel was like, I'm gonna back up into the shadow, and there's like dust like coming down from like through the boards. It's like
I was gonna say her head was covered anyway, so
yeah. You got the mask, you're all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
How
but it's
about my
still,
disguise?
like
It's
a
like-
silk,
It's all good.
like a silk scarf,
yeah.
fancy design.
But yeah,
just
like
fancy.
there's as you can tell where they're walking from one door to like the other to get to the stairs that come down. Because like you can see that little like of like dust come down with every footstep. That one teeny little electroplasmic bulb like rocking as he gets over there. And the door opens up. And you hear, like, you see light come from upstairs. It's not like super bright, but there's like a bulb or something up there. You hear a voice say, I know you're down there. Get the hell out here. And you hear a click.
Do we see anything else?
From where you're at, you can see like where the stairway leads up and the door is open, and there's like somebody you can see their like feet and ankles, like maybe not all the way up to their knees, standing there in the doorway from where you're at. But yeah, you hear like the click. That's definitely like a flintlock getting pulled back, and like you can see like this person's boots kind of like shuffling there at the top of the stairs. Like, I know you're down there.
Everyone stays where they're at.
Yep.
No one moves.
Right.
Everyone attempts
Who's
to
gonna
remain
move to that?
hidden.
Yes.
Yes. I
For
would
once
say-
in our lives, we attempt to remain hidden at this juncture.
Group roll.
I was gonna say that sounds like a group action to
Yay.
prowl,
Sure.
which is
Prowl.
probably
Don't
going
we
to be
get a thing
controlled.
for
Yeah.
pro?
Everybody got an extra point that could have gone into prowl from one of your upgrades, but
I
it's
did
not.
put it into pro.
Me too.
I have a point in prowl, and
Who's
assuming
leading?
that's where that came from. I have 4 stress available.
I have more
got-
than that.
I also
I got-
have many more than that.
Okay, then. It's not me. I am not leading this.
I have 7 available.
Tell you what, I'll lead this one. Wait, 7.
I have 9 total. 2 stress.
Milos is like all
Okay.
fresh and new. Like, yeah.
I'll lead this one because this is still like the B&E side of the gig. Once we go loud, maybe you start leading some group roles. So I'll lead this one.
Bold of you to assume I need a group.
Well, there might be other things causing you stress at that point. So
That's true.
So we all need to roll any failures.
Yes.
Get
Any
stressed,
failures
right?
cause stress.
Yeah. Whatever the highest result is from anybody in the group applies to everybody in the group, and everybody who rolls a 3 or below, will take a 1 stress for.
Is this risky or controlled or desperate?
This is kind of controlled, right? Like, you guys have been down here, you're hiding. You heard this guy's friend say, like, I think you're full of crap. Like, you're hearing things. So.
And standard effect?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a 2, but we got a 6.
We got a 6. We got
And
2
Owen
6s.
got a 6. We didn't take that thing that lets us crit on group rolls, though.
I know.
Not yet.
Next time.
That is definitely the next one. I don't
Is
think
it?
there's any excuse not to pick.
So I take 1 stress because Milos failed.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a big boy.
Yep. So yeah, while we're down here, Ohm does something to quiet Milos up.
My harpoon like clanked against something. It was like,
Yeah.
Ohm just looks at you like this, and then you know to be quiet.
I go back. But we're all in mask, so we can't see any of this expression.
It's just hands.
You go from, like, the neutral emoji to, like, the angry emoji.
But you're like always loading new fetishes in to get the right expression. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Through that.
Yes. So he comes there. He's at the top of the stairs. You hear the flintlock cock back. It's like, I know you're down there. Come out. Everybody's totally silent, and you hear the release, lets the flintlock hammer go back into place. You hear dude, been doing too much lure, right? And you hear him go take a step back, the door creaks shut, and then you hear
a lock. Got it.
Now, do we want to keep going from here, or do you want to take a break for a couple minutes? Because we want to take a break at some point.
Good.
Take
It's
a
like
break.
halfway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we will take a 10-minute break.
So real quick on the break, I have the little Legend Keeper announcement. Do you have anything else before we jump to break?
Nope.
Okay. So hey everybody, we are sponsored by Legend Keeper, which is amazing. They're super dope. If you'd like to win a beta key to Legend Keeper, this is like the program that we all use to do our world building and our campaign tracking and all that kind of stuff. If you'd like to win a beta key to that, put in on the chat and enter to win Prowl, because we just did a big group Prowl roll.
Sure.
So I'll toss that in the chat. Put Prowl in the chat for a chance to win. And the other thing to mention about Legend Keeper is they're doing a big matchy donation thing for NAACP. So let me go pull the details from that off of their Discord.
I think they're matching donations to NAACP's Legal Defense Fund up to the amount of money that they earned for the previous month.
June.
Yeah, exactly. So if you donate to that, you would shoot a note to Braden over at Legend Keeper. If you do all this, let me know. I'll get you the guy's email address. Send him a message to him with the amount you donated, and he will match your donation. And super awesome for him to do that. It's just really cool.
Yes. And if you want to donate to the Bail Project, we can paste a link for that again in chat.
Yes.
Just like that. Ta-da.
Perfect.
He's
But
saving
otherwise,
it done.
yes. But otherwise, put Prowl in chat for a chance to win a beta key to Legend Keeper. Places to donate. One of them does matchy thing, which is awesome. And we will be back in 10 or so minutes.
Cool. See everybody.
Yeah. We're going
Boom.
live because it's
Surprise. Hey, yeah, we're already there.
We did it.
we're like 10% towards me dabbing it out. Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, if I had $900 in my bank account, you'd be dabbing right now. Maybe that's a little too much information about my financial situation, but 10-month pay schedule.
Look,
what you gonna do?
no, like $900 of like, I want nothing else to do with this money than make David dab. I mean, that's like
You just
you
wait
would have
till we get
lots
another
of money,
stimulus
but not
check,
have
man.
$900 set aside for making David dab.
If we get
Don't
another
tip me,
stimulus
David.
check, you know where it's going.
That's true.
David,
The
don't.
link does accept PayPal. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. It
Don't tip me,
accepts
David.
PayPal.
Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm seriously thinking
It's
of
not
texting
worth
my
it.
wife.
Like
Like
I'm
the
like,
charity's
Already-
worth it. The charity's worth
the
it.
charity
Yes,
is
but
worth
me dabbing not worth it.
oh, but it
just to make
is.
you cringe is like the whole point there. That's
Yeah.
It just to
I
make
know.
you
That's-
cringe.
I know.
So I can get John on here so he can make the clip so that we can keep it and put it on YouTube forever.
I'll make the clip. I don't even like making clips, but I'll do it.
No,
We don't even need John to come do it. Ethan will do it.
And I'm enough of a non-boomer to know how to make a clip on Twitch.
So we were saying,
Yeah. We
Or
just
playing a
heard this
game or
lock.
something, right?
We just heard this
Yeah.
lock shut. Did we hear the lock open?
we heard the lock open. We did want to take
Okay.
a second to thank Patrick for making another donation there.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you for doing that.
And, and also thank you to who was it that somebody had donated beforehand too? Laszlo. Laszlo had donated in the beginning, which is awesome.
Both.
Yes, Patrick, Laszlo, and
I'm just gonna welcome back to the chat room, but I was not aware that it ever left. So
yes.
thanks, Fetch. Appreciate it.
So
yeah, so thank you for donations. We're back from break. Legend Keeper.
the only person who put a
Mm.
prowl in the chat was Katrina, and I'm not giving her like a fifth. She can make her own at this point.
It's like
Gonna win it.
250. It's like 250 Legend Keeper keys she owns now.
I know, yeah.
I've
Like a
won it
dragon.
every week.
Okay.
Dragging upon the horde.
That's right.
So yes, you are in the basement of this building that is occupied by the Wraiths. Somebody heard something because when you came in, you dropped a bunch of tools. Guy came downstairs, opened the door. You heard him cock his gun, shouting out down the stairs, "I know you're down there. Come out." And you didn't.
And we didn't.
Yep.
Uncocked the gun, and he locked the door behind him.
And we agree
I
that it would
think
have
you
been
get-
more fun if we had.
Yeah, I think you see, like, as he takes more footsteps across the room on the first floor above you, he makes it like maybe to the middle of the room, and then you hear like what sounds like him sitting down or something in a chair.
Perfect.
Oh. Okay.
There's
But
two.
he's on the next floor above us.
Yes.
Okay. I would very much like to inspect this room and see if there's like a mouse hole or something that lets me like peer into that room and get eyes on this guy without him necessarily seeing us.
Stick the little blow dart through the floor. And just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can solve all kinds of
Absolutely.
problems if I can just get eyes on this person.
Not particularly. Like the boards here, like there's some gaps. It's not super high-end construction and stuff.
Right.
But like it's one big room down here, with like cobblestone type walls for the foundation.
Yep.
There's
right.
a bunch of like old chests and stuff like that. And then that one workbench with the like pieces of leather and leatherworking tools and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna not have a conversation because he's right above us.
And you're wondering why that secret communication was a weird thing to put in the masks.
Well, it's not silent. It's just secret.
Maribel does one of these.
I'm going to pull out my lockpick kit.
Then her
That's a
lockpick
different
not a
game to
strength.
play.
Ghost would be like sick going to the door.
All right.
Like
Ohm is going to go and look. Is this like a deadbolt situation on the other side of the door and we're totally hosed, or is it a lockpit 6 situation? I can get this thing open.
I think it's like an old-timey like key lock thing. Or like there's the doorknob and then there's like the keyhole underneath it.
Okay. Well then,
How many pins? Because I think can get through at least a 3-pin lock.
Yeah, I will get my, for going through a door lock, is it wrecking tools?
subterfuge supplies.
No. So
Burglary gear?
wrecking tools are like I'm going to take down a wall.
Okay,
Like,
okay,
it's
yeah,
like
but
sledgehammer type stuff.
my burglary gear should get me through this door. That should be what I've got.
Let's
Sledgehammer.
find the list.
No, Ethan.
That's a
No.
good song.
No, it's not.
It is. It's a jam.
Yes. Burglary gear is a set of lockpicks, a small pry bar, vials of oil to silence squeaky hinges, a coil of wire, and fishing hooks.
Okay.
And a small pouch of fine sand.
Excellent. Then Ohm will
that
get about
for?
the business of
Toss it in her eyes.
very slowly and quietly picking this lock.
Okay.
It's for checking for lasers, Ethan.
Sand?
You know, Entrapment or whatever that movie was.
Mhm.
Entrapment.
Wasn't it Entrapment? Wasn't that the movie?
With Catherine
don't-
Zeta-Jones
Yes.
that like blew out of the compact. Yeah, I
Yes.
don't know if it was entrapment, but I know what
That's
you're talking
not
about.
sand.
It's for
No,
when you
it's
have to
sand.
mark the like take
I
a leap
mean,
of faith
it's-
bridge behind you to like
Yes. Sand has a larger grain than compact powder.
It's technically granite. It's just finite, like super finite. That's how most base makeup is, and that's basically sand. It's all little things of granite.
It's the size of the
All right,
dice.
stop. Stop.
Welcome to High Shelf Gaming.
we're not going to well actually this all time, okay? We're just like,
Ow.
move on. All right.
It's for keeping time. You just put it in your hand. You're like,
I
oh,
lo- I-
yes.
I start clicking buttons. I use a large weapon to get through this door, whatever it takes.
I can definitely
Yes,
see
so
that
you-
as
you
a
definitely
Neil's
have-
Griffiths conversation.
You do have like lockpicks as part of the burglary here.
All right, cool. Then
Yeah,
I'm
fair
gonna
enough.
go about the business of getting this door unlocked because I have no other answers here.
No quiet answers.
Okay.
either way.
Right.
Yeah, so let's make a roll for that.
Is that prowl or tinkering? I kind of
So tinkering
I-
would definitely do it. I think that
my focus right now is to be quiet, so I feel like thematically it needs to be prowl. Because like Ohm would take more time if it meant staying quiet.
so I think prowl is a little bit more around movement.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Um,
I mean, I'll happily take tinker.
finesse is also one that's like kind of fine-grained and trying to be controlled about stuff.
Mm-hmm. I guess my preference would be tinker if
Okay.
I can have that, as
Yes.
opposed to finesse.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a risky or desperate situation? It kind of feels like the guy's watching the door.
The guy's definitely like he's not far from the door.
Right.
So, I mean, if you want it to be desperate, I'm fine with calling it desperate.
I would like it to be desperate.
Okay, cool. Let's get some XP.
And what is my
Get,
effect?
XP.
Your effect will be standard.
Okay.
Nobody's like hurt or anything like that. Are you? Like, I think we're all.
Oh, I am blistered. I have a
Oh, because you burned yourself.
yeah. I got that downgraded, but I'm still blistered. So should I be a lesser effect?
Yeah, you should be like limited effect.
Okay. So desperate, limited effect. Man, desperate limited is not so great.
Well, you can push yourself to increase either one of those. Like if you spend the 2 stress instead of taking the die, you could like increase your effect level, kind of deal. Do you have any gear that's like fine something?
I have fine tinkering tools and fine wrecking tools. I guess I could do fine tinkering tools. Like I'm not just picking this lock, I'm like disassembling this lock to keep it quiet.
It's a finely crafted set of tools for detailed mechanist work, a jeweler's loop and measuring devices.
Okay.
I think it's fair to repurpose that for
okay.
unhooking the parts of a lock from the inside.
Okay.
So that would get you up to standard effect.
Okay, perfect. Any bonus die? I've got a pretty decent tinker. I don't really want to do a devil's bargain at this stage in the gig, so I'm just gonna roll it unless somebody wants to help me out in some way.
It's just 1 stress, right?
It's 1 stress to help. Yeah.
I'll help.
Okay. Sit there and like dab the sweat off my brow, make sure everything's nice and greased before I touch it and all that kind of stuff. Yep.
He's like laying down pieces of cloth, so as you're like climbing the stairs, you're not making extra like boot
hitting the hinges.
I like it.
With some grease.
Thank you for that. All right. Okay. Fair enough. So a couple of 5s. My biggest concern is that this guy doesn't hear us. That's my, like even if the lock doesn't open, that is preferable to it opens, but
yeah. So that's a partial success, and it's desperate.
Yep.
What does it say for me for when somebody has blowback on a desperate roll? Let's find that. That one in a second, and I want consequences.
We hear you.
No, what? Are we like shaking trees and stuff again in the background because I'm being slow?
No.
This like voice filter is so strange with what it selects as human voice and what is not human voice. Apparently, a can cracking is human voice.
The guys, we're going to war.
Okay, so I'll grab one off the list here. You lose your opportunity, right? Like, you can get it to unlock, but like you're so focused on the whole like I've got to be quiet. I don't want it to make noise. I got to get it unlocked. I don't want it to make noise. That like by the time you get it unlocked, like you hear somebody like throwing something into like probably a trash can and like going back up the stairs.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Okay, so yeah, like Ohm is probably like sweaty and like really was trying super hard and finally gets it open. Is like, and then like peers,
and everybody's like, we saw the sand from the footsteps and we heard him go up the stairs and like.
I'm sorry. Here you go. Just go.
It's probably better because the way they came back, check it out downstairs.
I mean, you did good, cuz.
Big, like giant baseball mitt size hand, just kind of claps him on the back.
Yeah.
Just gonna chip you on the shoulder and move on. All right. Yeah, but you are
So-
able to get the thing open at the top.
Got the door open. Now what?
There's 2 of them.
At
Maybe
least.
Yeah, and there's
we need to
4
case
of
the,
us if you count me as 1.
we need to try and find the heart, right? So let's look around and see if we can find it without alerting anybody.
You got some-
Just put a pin in how many men you do count for later. Though.
Depends on how many I need to fight at the time.
I tell you what, how about you guys look down here and me and Milos go upstairs and look for the heart?
I think that's a bad idea.
I think it's a great idea.
I agree with Sticks. That's not a
Could
good
somebody
idea.
do some sort of perception shifting, searching? It's a demon heart. It can't be invisible.
No,
Actually, that is can I use a tune to see if I can find it, seeing how I'm kind of connected to this thing? To see if it's even in the building, like to feel its spirit.
Now is the time for us to ask if it's in the building.
Hey, look, the front door's right there on the first floor. We can just slip out if it's not.
Oops, is this not the circus?
I haven't finished putting names onto the clocks I just put on the board. So yeah, yeah, no, let's do an attune.
Where are these
All right.
clocks? Oh, I see them.
So
Yeah.
again, the tattoos start glowing a reddish color this time, and let's see what happens.
Yeah,
what
I think
said-
there's definitely like a tingling sensation where like those burns are, especially like the one in your forehead.
Yeah.
As you like close your eyes to concentrate, you see like that flaming face that had like 7 eyes, like they weren't even on both sides. Like
what's a nightmare fuel night? Thanks, Mike. What we in? Risky, desperate.
risky.
Okay. Standard effect.
Yeah.
I really don't want to put more stress into this. Devils? Nah, I don't know if I want Devil's Bark. Anybody want to help? Anybody?
Let me look. I have a little bit of a tune. I can help you out.
Okay. Cool. Let's see what happens. Survey says.
Hey,
Nice.
There we go.
Look into the hell mouth.
Look into the hellmouth.
I think you can definitely get the sense that like there's like a connection to it here, like that there's a presence here that is related to it, but like it's not, you don't get the sense that like you're particularly close to it, right? Like it has probably been here, but probably is not here.
Okay. He snaps out of it, probably breathing as quietly but heavy as possible. He's like, it was here. We need to get one of the guys and ask some questions. It's not here now, but it was here.
Milos, you're up.
What's that then?
Hold on. I've brought with me some. I was thinking about this the last time we tried to jump somebody. I've brought with me some paralyzing agents. If Milos, you wanted to dose your blades, ghost you as well.
Okay.
That might be a way for us to incapacitate one of them without having to shoot them in the face.
If I use this blade, it's going to be going through. And
Do you have a different one? And then like I reach into my like bag and like pull out a butter knife. Anything?
I mean, I've got a blade too. But that isn't exactly how I roll.
Okay.
I can just use look, and he kind of gestures to the full length of the harpoon. He's like, this bar here is really useful for restraining folks.
Okay. Well, I'll just use my blow dart gun then. Never mind.
Okay.
Try to be all helpful.
It's like if you need to stop them, use this. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Here's a pencil I've sharpened real sharp for you. Here you go. Then never
This
mind.
will just be like, hey, this is a good thing, and maybe Demas will appreciate stuff like
Eye twitches at the mention of Demas.
Oh, poor buddy.
I do pull out my blade, my
Okay.
switchblade.
Then I'll take a dose of paralytic agent, which I think is standstill poison, and apply it to Ghost's switchblade. And then I'll also dose a dart for myself.
okay. All right. You do that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, are you coming out on the first floor here, or are you still like kind of getting ready, like in the basement?
I think we're doing that now that we've dosed.
Now
Okay.
that we've dosed. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and the inside of the first floor here, it looks like the front portion here used to be like a little cafe. Like there's some little tables and stuff here, and like some chairs. Most of them have that like interwoven like thin wicker or rattan kind of thing to the chairs, and like so some of them like just like totally rotted out. There's one that's like askew at a table that's like probably the one that the dude was just sitting at. Like there's not as much dust on that table. And there's probably like an empty beer bottle on it. But there's nobody down here. And you do hear voices farther up.
floor by floor.
Well, we only need one of them to answer questions, right? So maybe just the first floor?
So you're on the first floor.
Well, I meant the
the
first
next one up,
floor that we
right.
go to.
The first
yes.
floor if you're in any country but the US.
Yes.
How about that? This is the ground floor.
We want to go to the mezzanine.
How many ways are there up the set of stairs, or up to the next floor? Is there just the one set of stairs, or is there like a?
Yeah, like from where you were in the basement, like it probably like the bottom side of the stairs was like exposed. So you know that like the stairs went up on one side from the basement, and the stairs from that floor go up like farther into the back on this floor. It looks like there's the front area is set up as a cafe, and the back is probably like kitchen type space.
Sure.
Definitely going to be kitchen type space, and like the
Right.
stairway's like back in that part.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and then is there like any kind of old like garbage chute or something like that that's like a not an obvious way up?
Not really.
Going back into the kitchen area, starting to scout around a little bit, see if there's other ways up to the second floor.
So we just lure them down here.
Oh. It did work that one time. Yeah.
If we make enough noise, Phil will come back. He's already suspicious.
Yeah, I agree.
If our goal is not to grab this thing.
Right. Okay. Then Ohm like crouches in some shadows just here in this little room, like I'll hide here.
If our goal is to grab this thing, we might as well just get it over with.
Right. Yeah, we need to ask them where it is so that we can then go get the thing.
What I'm saying is if we take one and they're gone too long, the rest of the building's going to be on high alert.
Oh.
We find one. We ask him questions. He doesn't answer. We get rid of him, and we keep doing that until we get answers.
Sounds loud.
I've been pretty patient, guys.
I know.
Can I look at my can I look at my arm and see if how far the mark has gone?
It hasn't gone like a real significant difference from like where it was last time, but you know.
Then I'll change what I say, because I'm thinking I'm literally counting it like we got like a couple hours to get this done.
I'm gonna go grab the beer bottle Lady left behind. I'm gonna go back to the basement door. It's probably still open, and kind of indicate I'm gonna throw this down there to make a bunch of noise.
Okay.
It'll sound like the glass broke or something like that.
Okay.
Right. And Ohm is gonna wait to see everybody get hidden before they do it.
Milos is ready by like where someone will enter into this room, because they're not going to get more than a few steps into the room before it's
right.
Yeah, I mean they would have to come through that one door that goes back to the kitchen.
Right.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be on the opposite side of where Milos is, like to the wall. So like you got two big dudes like right.
Yep.
As they walk in.
Yeah, and all I'm doing is serving up the distraction. I'm not gonna rush over and try and be involved in any of that stuff. So my role here is just to bring someone downstairs.
Okay.
And I'll probably hide in this area so that I'm not making too much noise moving around to wherever my hiding spot is.
We can assume that Maribel's hidden at the most hidey of places.
The most hidey of places, yeah. And I'm gonna shut this door. After I'm gonna throw the glass, and as it breaks, I'm gonna use that sound to mask the door shutting, so that when they come downstairs, the door is still shut. It might not be locked, but it'll at least be shut.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. So I'm gonna make a fortune roll because I can, because I don't know how else to handle something.
Damn.
I'm gonna roll wreck to break that bottle. Just kidding.
Well, that'd be something, huh?
It's like an ironclad bottle just tanks around down in there silently against a bunch of hay that we didn't know about. Does nothing.
So. Yeah, so I think you do hear, like, you're there, you're by the door, you toss this beer bottle down, like it breaks down in the bottom. And I think from upstairs on the second floor, you do hear, I told you, I friggin' told you, you heard that, I know you heard that. And the guy's like, you're an idiot, you left the bottle sitting on the table, it probably rolled off because you're stupid and drunk. Go clean it up. And then the first,
dumb. I should have just smashed it right there. Fuck.
And then the first guy is gonna be like, you're a thing, and I'm trying to be good about not cursing too much on Twitch. And like,
is that what we're doing? Oh man, I need to reassess some things.
But he gets in. There's like a shouting match, and like you hear the door slam upstairs, and you hear like angry stomping footsteps coming down the stairway. But yeah, he's gonna come through that doorway in a second. So I don't know what all you guys want to do to him, but what all do you want to do to him?
I mean, Milos' plan is to wrap the bar of the harpoon around his neck, just kind of pull him tight, like, and restrain him.
Okay.
And then I want to stick the tip of the knife somewhere where it's not going to hurt him, but dose him.
Find a nice little pudgy bit.
Yeah.
So
good.
How much time have you spent around Ohm with like the drugs and stuff? Because that stuff,
not a lot.
It kind of sounds like that might be something where like if you dose him with it, he might not be able to talk.
I haven't spent a lot of time around it. That wasn't our thing back at the homeland. I was the security. He was the drug maker. So.
We shall see how it goes.
We shall see how this goes.
Okay, cool.
I'm playing reckless today.
All right. Is
I'm
this another
screaming
like?
inside like no.
He's trying to get that XP. He's
Yeah.
like, maybe it gets me in trouble, maybe it doesn't.
Joe goes.
What am I gonna roll for that?
Yeah. I mean, this kind of sounds like it's another group action to subdue the guy. To me,
I can lead it.
or it could be. Yeah.
It's really between
Skirmish.
those two, right? I don't feel
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a
You're
position to
not.
help.
You're not
Okay.
in on this one. Yeah.
If Maribel comes
can
back
it
on
be-
cam and wants to be in on it, she certainly could, I'd imagine.
I'm
would.
here, but I need a TLDR.
Okay.
We have brought the guy downstairs with a bottle crash. He's all upset that and so we're gonna try and mug him right now.
I'm gonna use prowl.
And bring him
That's right.
down here for questioning, or
Can we use
Yeah.
different actions on a group roll?
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to use the same action, I think.
Okay.
just
Because
let
I
me know
need
what
to
roll.
use skirmish.
Okay. I have one in that.
I got 2 in there. That'll work.
Okay.
That's good. We got plenty of dice right there. Huh?
Is it risky?
Yes.
Is it standard? I'm using my
Yes.
fine heavy weapon. I don't know if that makes it great or not.
Yeah, right. Like it's a big like thing and like the harpoon.
Like this is like
stuff,
a
like
like a 6-foot long spear, and he's using the bar of it to just hold the guy where he wants him.
yeah. No, that's enough to like creep a dude out.
Okay, so
Great.
Okay, well I got a 6. But you can go ahead and roll 2 if you're helping.
All right.
Okay, I'll take the stress.
Yeah.
Unnecessary, but I understand.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I think you're there and like you come around on the side and like you catch him with like the bar of the harpoon and you like take him down. Like I don't know if let's like kind of like have a knee on one end to have it over like the top of him or something like that. And I think Griffith, you do try to come in with like the knife to try to menace him, but like maybe lose your footing and like you maybe like nick him on the side of the face, but like you don't actually cut him or stab him. Like
Mm.
Okay.
but like you come close to accidentally harming this dude.
Whew.
But yeah, no, he's on the ground like what the fuck, right?
I immediately put my hand over his mouth, like, shh. Your life kind of depends on some questions, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a big dude with a harpoon holding him down, pinning him down with it, and then like, well, you're wearing your mask, right? So you can't see like the
Yeah.
whole like shark tooth kind of deal.
Yeah.
But like, you've got him by the face and like have a knife out and stuff. And he goes kind of wide-eyed.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll use. I don't have the words for it right now. But I will use the command skill to try and get information on this guy to command him.
Okay. Yeah.
I can help with
that's
that. I
like,
have 2 in command.
Oh, do you want to lead?
I mean, I got the guy kind of down, so.
Okay, I'll assist Ethan.
Okay.
Yeah, Melis will just be like, why no, friend? We just need to know where the demon's heart is.
Okay. Yeah. It's like, well, with command, that's probably more of a like, you're gonna tell us where the hell it is right now, or else kind of deal. Like,
I think Melis has a very kind method of leadership. I think like he's very calm about it, but like people just know what the consequences are for disagreeing. So his
command is like
commands are very much like
command is
tell us
making
where it
someone
is.
do what you want by exerting your will over them. So
Yeah.
it's okay. But you want information.
So maybe
about
it's just like Wyatt, just tell us where it.
Yeah.
And then just dig that, like whatever the metal of the day is into his throat a bit as he says it. Just I don't know what the fanciest metal would be that might have a weapon. But it's a fine weapon.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
not sure.
something from.
It's probably like like it's etched with like little like nautical theme things, and like along the blade there's probably like a leviathan like etched into the blade itself, kind of deal.
That
But
would be
yeah,
pretty cool.
let's roll your command and we'll see what all you get out of him.
What's our effect here? What's our position and effect.
Position is controlled, right? Like you've got this guy in place. You have somebody else with a knife to his throat. You have somebody else who's
I don't know
standing
if
over
my
there
heavy
helping to
weapon-
menace him. Yeah.
I don't know if my weapon still affects the effect, but
I think the effect is going to be standard.
okay. I'm good. I got 2 dice. We'll see where it goes. Who's helping? It wasn't Maribel helping.
I'm assisting. Do I need to roll, or are you good? Or do you get a bonus die?
If you spend 1 stress, he can have a bonus die. Yeah.
I'll spend a stress for the bonus die.
Cool. 1 bonus die. Bam, 5. It's something.
That was good. That was a good bonus die.
Yes.
Otherwise, it would have been a 4, which is the same result, but it's okay.
Same result, but like failure.
Mixed success. He's like, yeah. Yeah. So you move the hand. Yeah.
Try again.
Like, we don't have it anymore.
Well, where is it?
It's like, it's I don't even know who the hell has the great cities. They have a name. They have a name somewhere in here, right?
Do they? They're nameless. We're the faceless. They're the nameless. Oh shit.
Got a lot of identity issues.
This damn game.
Ohm comes into the scene as well. Doesn't do anything. Just kind of ambles into the room.
Okay. Yeah, he says Slate traded it away. So we needed it to make a connection, and Slate gave it to them to make the connection. But you're screwed if you're screwing with us now.
Who do
Friend.
you
So he gave it to Lord Skurlock.
Of course he did. Of course he fucking did.
Now listen. Unless one of you folks we picked up ended up in the river because they fucked up. If you don't want to meet the same fate, you'll just go back upstairs like nothing happened. That could be another role if you want. But
Yeah, let's
that's the
make it
deal
another
on the
roll.
table.
Like,
if he gives me an unsatisfactory answer, I'm just gonna have to do violence against him, and I don't want to do that.
Well, I'm debating between if that's your role to make him do it, or if it's their fortune roll for like, does he do it or is he an idiot, right? Like,
he's in a real bad spot. There's only so much pressure I need to apply before like it just gets messed up.
Oh, too soon.
Yeah. Ohm puts a little hand on Milos's shoulder, and just as like a little pat, and shows to you, like, as without exposing it to the person, that Ohm is holding the paralyzing dart.
And it's just like, I'll repeat the oath.
And Ohm does that, like, looks down at the guy and does that, like, dog head tilt thing. Like, what's it gonna be?
How dumb is he?
He's an idiot.
Does a 4 mean he's an idiot or that he's not an idiot? We don't know.
A 4 means he will be like, yeah, no, I saw what happened to Franco, and I don't want that to happen to me. I ain't gonna do a damn thing. But that's also like, you can tell he's trying to get his ass out of trouble.
It's okay. It's
And
okay.
like you can hear his friend like moving around upstairs.
It's okay. You still have value. And Ohm is gonna dose him with the paralyzing dart.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Is he lying to get himself out of this?
Yes, you can definitely tell he is. His plan is like he's going upstairs and he's shouting.
So as he gets dosed by Styx, Maribel's just gonna say, Milos, he's lying.
Come with us then.
Before you move him, sorry, friend, you won't be able to speak in the current state that you're in, but don't worry, this won't hurt a bit. And I'm gonna pull out the mask with a new fetish, and I'm gonna store this guy's face on the mask. As long as it stays on his face, you can do whatever you want with him. And then Ohm will back away.
Yeah, knowing that he's like paralyzed, Milos will just kind of nod over to Griffith and say, "Get the other side." I'll kind of Weekend at Bernie's style, like get him up and like, let's go.
All right. Right out the front door.
Mm-hmm.
You going out the front door?
Yeah, we're leaving.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's
I'm done.
It's got like one of those like sliding metal bar locks in it, like, which is why you couldn't get into it from the outside. But yeah, I mean, you're able to do that. Are you trying to like be quiet about taking him out the front door, or like just screw it
I
out?
think
Like,
I think if we could, I don't know that it's Milos' skill set to do so, but make it sound like he walked out. You know, like he
Like
just
do a
went out to
distraction.
check around outside.
I
You know, that
will
kind of thing.
attempt to help with that.
Yeah, like I think Ohm and I can make a
Do some fully action here.
yeah,
Okay,
it's kind of
so
our skill sets.
So what's an action role that covers like doing sound design?
Doing sound.
Sway?
Yeah, like I would think either like sway or
Because we're just bluffing.
yeah, this is really just a bluff thing, right? Like I'll move a chair at an opportune moment and
Close the door or
yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll see.
do you want to assist me, Dave? I have 3 instead.
I would love to assist you. I'll be at the ready to like move the door and you and action. Close, open.
Position?
Yeah. Position is risky.
Okay. Standard effect?
Yes.
And a bonus die from Dave?
Yes.
6.
Hey.
Ah, dang. Yeah, I mean, you managed to
Barely.
fake it. I think as you open the door and you're carrying him out, you do hear like the guy upstairs. He's like, he hears the door open, but he thinks it's the dude, so he's like, "You better come back with more beer," right?
Mm-hmm.
But like he doesn't like try to come downstairs or anything like that.
Yeah.
And you're able to like take off with this incapacitated wraith.
And importantly, all of us are in masks.
Yeah.
All of us are in the inky black masks, so he's one of the crew.
Yeah, and I think this wraith, Griffith, you like grazed him with the knife, but I think on the other side is like he's got like he's scraped up on one side, and that's like the side that like that leather mask that was in the basement was like that's the side that we're trying to repair.
Oh, neat. Okay. So when we get outside, Ohm's like, we're all friends, and we're just going to put you on. Milos, where are you taking this gentleman? A bench?
A bench.
Or a basement?
The canal.
The canal.
Okay.
Wait. This is
We don't have time for this, Ghost.
We could take him back to the base.
And do what with
if we
him when
do
he's
that,
done?
he's dead.
Oh.
All right, fair enough.
And what do we to the canal?
We can ask. Sorry.
I know a few quiet spots.
Okay.
All right.
I would
So
very much like.
There's actually a lot of canals in Silk.
Right. Yeah.
Silk Shore.
What
Like
Ohm
a
is
lot
going to
of
be looking
Silk Shore is
for.
actually easier to get around by using gondolas than it is by like trying to walk and use the roads.
So important. Yeah, exactly. Ohm is going to look for a boat. He's going to say, I don't mind him going on the water, but he's going to be in a boat when we do it.
All right. Find us a boat.
He's going to look at Milos, right?
Perfect.
Okay. um, so yeah, I'm going to try and find a boat that I can free from its mooring that nobody's going to be noticing, that kind of thing. I'm gonna start casing, what car am I going to steal? Which like rickety gondola am I going to grab?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a fair number of them around.
Who didn't know how to tie a knot? Who skipped
Yeah,
that?
right.
Who skipped that week?
Exactly.
I think you see one of the gondoliers. Like there is like a gondoliers guild in the city that's like, they're like cabbies, but like with boats. And like they take off and one of them like kind of pushes off from shore, like goes away from a spot where there's a couple gondolas tied off. That don't look like they're professional ones, right? Like they don't look like they're from a member of the gondoliers guild kind of deal.
Oh, they're like the scabs or whatever that like try and
Those-
poach people who are waiting for an official gondola.
Yeah, that and like one of them in front like might actually have like some of the wraiths they had like the stripes on like the nose of the masks, stuff like that. Like one of them might actually have like some markings on it to like try to be like, this
Oh, cool.
this
Perfect.
boat belongs to such and such group or something like that without being like real.
Right.
Like
Perfect.
marked. Like they can't lock them up and stuff like that, but they are like marked to try to be like some degree of ownership.
Right. Don't mess with this one because they'll be held to pay kind of thing. So that's exactly the one I want to grab.
Do you want me to take care of the gondolier, or are you taking him with you as part of your plan?
Oh,
I think it's just vacant, right?
Or is it just vacant?
I was looking for a vacant boat. However, yeah.
It's vacant? Okay.
Yeah, it's vacant.
I will be doing a lookout then.
Okay.
I'll slip into like an alley and unmask and disguise up.
Okay.
Before we actually put him in a boat and shove him off, I do want to search his pockets.
Okay.
You guys aren't going in the boat with him?
No.
To dump him?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I was just gonna put him in a boat and shove off. He's paralyzed for like hours. He's just gonna drift around.
I'll make sure he gets to where no one.
Thank you, Milos. That was my concern.
Oh, okay. Hold on, Milos.
I feel like this guy's gonna end up like sacrificed or something out in the water.
I didn't say that.
Milos, you are going to just place him somewhere, right? He's not going to drown.
I will place him somewhere.
But he's not
He
going
shouldn't
to
drown.
Okay. Okay.
Is Milos lying?
Depends on how well this boat's.
Okay. All right. That's all I care about. Thank you. Oh, let me get the mask off of him. Thank you,
Yeah,
friend.
keep the
Your face is will be seen again. And clicks to make sure that the mask works.
Dark.
That's a creepy way to put
Face
that.
will be seen again. Maybe not with you wearing it, but it will be seen again. It's good.
It's creepy. Milos?
Yeah, so what is Milos like doing with this guy?
Milos is rowing him out to a spot.
Okay.
A particularly deep spot in the canals.
Oh. Ohm is unaware of this. Ohm thinks this guy's a living. Heads up.
Yeah. Milos puts the guy
Maribel
in the
thinks
cart.
the exact opposite.
I know you do, but Ohm was like, I gotta make sure this guy lives. So I've done all that I can, and Milos is strong. He's gonna row him out to some place, some little island thing or whatever, where he'll be fine. He'll live.
Totally.
I will be with Milos if Milos is okay with that. To help him toss the body.
Can Griffin keep his mouth shut?
Can what?
Can Griffith keep his mouth shut?
Absolutely.
All right.
Unless he's talking to a demon.
Yeah, and as Milos rows, he'll be humming this tune that Ethan hasn't finished yet, but I'll get together the lyrics and the tune and all that for it, because he's
Nice.
humming a very specific sea shanty from his days on the sea.
Nice.
As he rows it out to this particularly deep part of the canal that all of his friends from a certain place know.
So is he taking it over to like over by Night Market Canal, like by the cave and stuff like that?
I mean, if that's where it is, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll leave that up to you if that's where the particular deep part of the canal is.
That's where you know a particularly deep part of the canal for particularly reverent reasons is. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he's humming it, and as they get close, he'll sing the last line out loud that says, "Till beneath the waves we sink once more," and say, "Griffith, if you want to leave, just say."
Whatever you got to show me can't be I've seen some weird stuff, my friend. It can't be as bad as what I saw.
Very well.
Famous love.
And he'll just kind of pick the guy up and say, "You serve a higher purpose now. It's better this way." And he'll just drop him over that part of the water.
This poor fucking guy.
Metal, man. It's metal.
So do you
Shouldn't
just
have
like
fucking
put him in the water there?
Yeah, just kind of hang him over and then sort of whisper in his ear a few special verses and things of that from
I think
sayings and
he kind of
things.
does that like upwards kind of dead man's float thing there because he can't actually move, but he's still like chest and face up out of the water as you say your stuff. And he's terrified. You can see his eyes are saucers as he is freaking out. He's got like a little trail of spittle because he can't actually talk, but he's like breathing real heavy and stuff. And you
Milos
say,
will wait until he feels a tug, because that's what he knows. It's time to let go.
yeah, I think Milos is there is like you say your words and like you end your little like, till beneath the waves we go again. And we see like that one little whip tentacle like come up and like wrap around his neck a few times and just like sploosh, got like gets pulled under.
Whoa. Like that, because this entire time, Griffiths has just been sitting back, right? Probably picking something out of his teeth. And he sees it, and he just gets up and kind of looks over the boat like, what the
Milos will kind of put a hand on his chest and say, "I wouldn't look."
Yes.
This just went from dark to real weird. All right,
That's how we roll, Mike.
I know, it's great.
Where is that weird
We're
rep that we
doing-
were working on back at the beginning?
It's the very beginning.
It's back.
Coming back around.
Yeah, I mean that's the score then. Like, yeah, you found
So
We did it.
while they're rowing out and away,
Yeah.
Ohm is gonna look to Maribel and say, "Is Griffin gonna die?"
I hope not.
Okay. I hope not too. That's all I wanted.
But yeah, as the guy kind of sinks beneath in the canal, Milos will just kind of sing to himself, "To the maw of the void we."
As he sings, Griffin sits back and actually is listening. He's like, yeah.
I think as
he-
Maribel and Ohm do start to I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like step on either. Casey. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was it. I was going to just say he looks down at his arm to keep looking at the scars.
Yeah, I mean it's closed up some from when it first happened. Like they're probably a couple inches long. And it's got like maybe a quarter of an inch that's like closed off.
Okay. Like,
Actually, maybe a little bit closer to like a half an inch.
okay. That doesn't make him feel better, but he's like,
Yeah, like that's, and I'm still thinking that that's like, that was today that it happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like,
We'll
And
go
now
back
it's
and
in
we'll
the
have
hands.
Ohm do like estimated math based on distance and like, it's happened
Yeah.
around this time of day and it's healed up this much and it's sings, it's da da da.
Yeah.
Forensic
Yeah.
Sparkcraft at its best.
Yes. But I was going to say that as like Ohm and Maribel kind of like turn to walk away, kind of like camera kind of pans up and like you have like that mechanical cat thing on like an exposed beam of like the second floor of a building next to them, like the little glowy blue glass sphere
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, watching us without us knowing. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm,
We did it, guys.
woo! We
Another
actually was
score.
stealthy.
We did a
Yeah,
score without
actually,
being
that's-
discovered. It's great.
For once.
It didn't
First
score
time.
without being discovered and without like going in guns blazing to kill somebody, but somebody still died.
I'm okay with that
Hey,
then.
that's not on us.
That's right. He shouldn't have lied.
Yeah, he lied. He had a chance to live. He lied.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
technically,
like
we
and-
didn't kill him.
And
as Milos and Griffith start like rowing back in towards shore, that's when you hear like where they're at, you hear like bong bong.
The good news is the spirit wardens don't have to worry about the soul. It's fine. It's accounted for. The ghost is accounted.
Just like you're like rowing back into shore like a crow lands on the end of the gondola and stuff. Like shoot,
Probably
get
can't
out of here,
leave this
Bert.
boat.
Yeah. Cool. Let's give everybody some XP and stuff.
That was fun.
Yay,
Right?
XP.
XP.
Milos is just humming the whole way back to shore. He's
Because Milos has done
relatively
good.
good spirits, yeah.
Yeah, Milos has done like really good.
Maribel is just like shepherding Ohm back to the thing, talking about Sparkcraft stuff.
Also, what Milos did is not even required.
That's just because he's like mean. Like
He's biding he's postponing when he has to actually leave Duskfall for a period of time.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Ohm's like obsessive mind on like Sparkcraft or something to ignore the pealing of the bells.
Right. Well,
you actually don't hear it where you're at.
No, well,
Okay.
then perfect.
You hear it localized to where someone dies and if you're at the crematorium. So like if you kill somebody in your neighborhood, like that block of people will probably hear it.
Gotcha.
And then the people in the immediate vicinity of the crematorium will hear it. But like it doesn't run through the whole city every
But
time.
there's
someone
probably
dies.
just like normal folks that just chill by the crematorium just to keep a count.
Yeah.
I say normal like loosely, but like just civilians who are just like, I like to keep count.
Well, there's multiple newspapers too, because like there's a ink row in the docks is all of the newspapers that get printed, and it's all of the tattoo shops, because they all buy barrels of ink together and share it for like both purposes, which is gotta be healthy. So like yeah, they probably
This
have
one's
somebody
just
who
canal water. That might as well be ink.
yeah. I'm sure there are ink rakes who hang out by the crematorium to try to get scoops.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's give everybody some XP. Crew. Did we execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft operation? Yes, we did. Dink.
Yes.
Okay, did we contend with challenges above your current station? Yes, they were killed too. That fills the crew advancement bar. So we get to pick a new special ability.
Didn't you guys already have your eyes on one?
The one that lets us count multiple sixes from different rolls as a crit, the synchronized one, I think is the one I have mine. Because we do a good amount of group actions, and having those be crits instead of just successes would be nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That one.
Synchronize.
Cool.
I'll go
I
ahead and
clicked.
tick that then. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one?
We were pretty savvy.
Well,
I mean, we're
yeah, we're
savvy.
pretty
Yeah,
savvy. We're
we
pretty
got-
savvy and a little
Okay.
weird there at the end, but I don't think anybody witnessed that weirdness.
Yeah, let's go ahead and tack 2 on there anyway. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Definitely the inner conflict came up at the end.
Okay.
Because
Hmm.
Ohm was wanting, let's just put this guy on a bench and say, look, you're going to be gone too long. He's going to know you went out and got drunk. Any story you come back with is not going to work. And y'all like convinced him that the boat was going to be okay. Or you know, the water would be okay. It's like, okay, then the boat. And so there was a lot of conflict definitely there at the end.
Mhm.
Yeah, I forgot to do the after the score stuff. So let me run through those before we do.
Backtracking.
Well, yeah. But let's hit those and then we
Entanglements.
can do XP for
Oh,
characters.
entanglements. Yay.
Entanglements, but in the voice of that dude from Dragon Age who says, enchantment.
Step 1, payoff. The crew earns 2 rep per score by default. If the target is of a higher score, take plus 1 rep per tier higher. So that is 3.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
If the targeted score is lower, it's not. You also earn a coin reward based on the nature of the operation. 2 coin for a minor job, 4 coin for a small job, 6 coin for a standard score, 8 coin for big score, or 10 or more for something that's a major score with special loot.
I mean, this was pretty much a small job because it was just
We
information
keep
gathering.
doing jobs that are not coin based.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I think
So
there might have
all
been
of our
like enough.
stashes are suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we call it a small score, then it's 4 coin, right? Like there was something else down there that had like something stashed in it that you fed
So
somewhere.
that's
right?
one for each of us if you want to do it that way.
Yeah.
Well, but some of it needs to go to whoever owns that neighborhood. Because we did work in their territory. I guess we can skip one, but we don't want to make a habit of skipping.
Yeah, I think
I mean, this
the
was so short, and I don't know that we've even met the people who run that.
Yeah, that's usually more of a
So-
thing when we're like, the red sashes run Crowsfoot. When we do stuff in Crowsfoot, we definitely pay the red sashes.
Right.
So
I mean, I think for now it's just one for each of us. If it becomes a problem,
Yeah.
it becomes a problem. I don't think her crew would know who to pay.
Yeah.
well, plus I think that one of the crews that's like, oh, who has a headquarters in Silkshore? It's like the Wraiths who we just knocked off. So yeah, I think we could say we skip it for now.
We were in your neighborhood. A guy disappeared. Here's 2 coin.
Fuck off about it.
Why do these coins already have our initials on them?
Yeah. We got him out
Weird.
of the guy's pocket when he disappeared into the depths by a giant tentacle thing.
What is that accent, man?
I don't know, but I
It's like
need
I-
it.
It's like Irish and Italian mixed in
That's
together.
the
I
Silk
love
Shore
it.
accent, baby. It's the Silk Shore accent.
What it
Forget
is,
about it.
what it is the next NPC in Cyberpunk.
That's
is
right.
what that
Yeah,
is.
like that needs to be a recurring NPC
And
character.
that we talk to a lot.
Yes, my throat will destroy me at the end of it.
Congratulations, now you have one too.
Yes.
Every GM does it at least once. They pick an accent for a character that is just hell on their
Yeah.
whole record situation, and they just got to deal with it.
And your players love it.
Yeah.
They love that accent.
They will intentionally go back every time. Like none of you even know Quellin. Why are you going down?
She's just so kind to us.
Holbrook
gives
is
us
already
candy.
wearing a kilt. Okay, so I
Very
gave you
short
rep.
kilt.
It's a mini skirt, and you better get it right.
It is a mini skirt.
After a score or conflict with an opponent, the crew takes heat. +1 heat for a high-profile or well-connected target. +1 heat if the situation happened on hostile turf. That's 1. 1 heat if you're at war. 2 heat if killing was involved. I think we're skipping that one. I was going to say there's 1 heat from like the dropped tools
Oh yeah.
stuff at the beginning.
That's like 2 heat total.
So that's +2 heat.
Can
Oh,
I
And
can
then
I push back on that though? Because that was like a partial success when I dropped those tools. It wasn't an actual failure.
Okay.
And the
Yeah, I
people
mean,
upstairs were alerted, so I think that
yeah. Okay.
that could be the consequence.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe that is the
instead
consequence.
of the added heat.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Unless there
Yeah.
are two consequences to it, which
Yeah.
it's up to how you're tuning.
I'm down. I'm down
the
either way. But I
system.
wanted to like do the like. What if it was this way?
Yeah. No, it's these are additional heat too. So I
Okay.
think if it's one, and then we do that, and then it is a question of, was it smooth and quiet, contained with standard exposure, loud and chaotic, or wild and devastating?
Smooth and quiet.
I'll say it was smooth and quiet because we didn't make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Our
there wasn't
first
a lot
one
of
in a
chaos.
while.
It didn't draw like everybody else in the 4-story building. Yeah. So that's a total of 1 heat.
I wouldn't call it. I would say I
Hey.
wouldn't go so far as to call it standard exposure. I think it'd be between smooth and quiet and standard exposure. Because like one dude knew we were.
One dude
But
definitely
that one
knew what
dude's
was
also
up.
like
Not able to talk to
sacrificed to an elder
anybody.
entity.
Yeah,
He wasn't able
knew,
to tell
he
anyone.
knew you were there, past tense.
Knew.
Yeah.
Okay, so I now need.
Mm.
And did we get rep? Did you already do the rep?
Yes, there was 3 rep. I already added it in.
Oh, okay.
2
Roll.
more, and then we can
D
upgrade again.
6.
No, I think it's.
It's a
I
lot
think
more.
it's more
actually.
than that. Unless I missed. Did we do rep last time? I don't think we did.
Do we have to get all the way to the gray or just the black?
We have to get all the way to the one that's completely blacked out.
Oh, okay. Then we have white. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that still have a white space in them are the ones to fill up.
Oh,
Yeah, because we mark off one of those
oh
for
because
each
it's
turf we
hot.
get.
Yeah, I
So-
get you now.
We just mark off the last one. So I think we still have 7 more,
Okay.
unless my count's off from the official count.
I can double check it. See.
No, that looks right. It's the same as.
Cool. All right, so I have an entanglement, and I'll work that in for next time, because I just
Yay.
want to think about it a little bit. We're not going to do downtime right now, so then yes, we can do character XP. Yay.
Yay.
And I should stop looking at people's character sheets when they're working on things. It's like, why am I staring at the crew sheet again?
See, you just ratted me out because
I
I
know,
think I'm the only one who uses the crew and faction sheet on my
I
own
know
character
it's
sheet.
like I time it wrong every time when I'm like, I'll just start at the top of the list. It's like, no, don't do that. It's like,
Why is
so
there a crew
Griffith.
section on the...
Oh, the crew and faction worksheet at the very top. I open that all the time.
I didn't know that was a button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it does many
I
different
keep track of
things.
everything on my own character sheet too, just so I have it.
There's like
Which
factions.
it's not like I wouldn't have it on the other sheets. It's just my
what do
my
we-
bullshit that makes me do it.
Y'all, if you have Blades in the Dark and roll 20, there's a place where it says character mode and you can click it and it goes to different things. And I just learned about it and I've been playing this game for like what,
Oh,
5
what the?
months? Casey just learned it too.
Oh, I just open them. I don't even do the mode thing. I just open.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know that
so
was
there
a
are actual
thing.
separate handouts specifically just to have crew and faction worksheets in there.
Yeah, but you
also.
also, if you
But
click
you
on the
can
mode
toggle
thing,
it in your character. Yeah.
you have a
Hmm.
separate one on your character sheet. That
Yeah.
they're not linked. You have to keep
Oh,
track
they're
of
not
it on your
linked.
own.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're not
Oh.
linked. You have to keep track of it on your own.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Because
I
then
like
it'd be
to-
like, what do I know about our crew?
Yeah.
I mean, I just mark mine. I just compare mine.
Well, yeah,
The
but
main one,
everybody
just-
should know the things about the crew too, right?
Sure,
Like
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
point. Is that's
yeah,
the group character sheet.
If the bigger thing that I'm saying is if you're in Roll20 and using pre-made character sheets, just make sure you click on the buttons to see what they do. Like, because I didn't know that, and I've been playing this game for a while, and I'm sure that happens in other games I've played. So,
Well, 20 character sheets are magical, and that you never
Yes.
know how many layers there are.
Like onions or ogres. Oh, yes.
Ogres.
Or parfait.
Griffith, did you address a challenge with tracking or violence?
Yes,
Okay,
just one, the tracking.
And
go
you
ahead
did.
and mark it.
I mean, you were violent in.
I was violent. Yeah, I didn't think about it. I wasn't my normal kind of violence, which is usually shooting kneecaps. So in my mind it slipped. But
Okay.
0 kneecaps were shot.
Sticks, did you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem?
Did a few times.
Okay, that's 2. Maribel, did you address a challenge with deception or influence?
I'm gonna say it with influence within the crew.
Okay.
Because
I mean, you did deception also because that was the whole reason why we got out of the building.
You
Yep.
did see
No.
that the other fella had left.
yes. So
Yes.
2, Mike. Okay.
Yep. And Milos, did you address a challenge with violence or coercion?
I at least coerce somebody. I don't know if sacrificing them to a dark god is considered violence.
I
But
mean,
if that
yeah.
is,
Well, it's
We can
definitely
probably count that
considered
one as-
violence. It's definitely considered violence. Was it addressing a challenge, or was it just for the sake of killing them?
maybe that one's expressing beliefs drives heritage.
There we go. See, we can
Yes,
still
that
get points
one.
for it.
I'll take one for the coercion. So fun. We'll get to the rest of them later.
Okay. Did anyone express a belief, drive, heritage, or background?
I express something.
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah. I think trying to get remember info or get info on Roth, her background.
Okay.
Um,
Griffith, I know you did like you tried doing like the ghosty things, and that was like a backgroundy thing. And
I mean, and then also my drive is to get these damn things off. So it's like,
2, go for it.
so, I'm gonna upgrade again.
And
XP farming's awesome.
Yeah. And then Ohm is, I mean, definitely like wanting to keep us as quiet as possible and then like try and direct our moral compass and all of that kind of stuff. Like Ohm did a lot of that.
Okay.
I don't know, it didn't really work, but Ohm tried.
Tried.
You expressed the drive. Yes,
That's right.
That's what the trigger is. Okay. And did anyone struggle with issues from their vice or traumas during the session?
I don't know if that's where the
whole-
point comes in for human sacrifice, but it's something to do with my vice.
I think you think it's a point.
You're kind of sad that's only
your vice.
one
Yeah,
sacrifice and not
definitely.
2.
Like we chose not to be a cult at the start of this, so this is just me. This is just for me.
Y'all don't get this. Only me.
There's just so much nastiness out in the world, and I gotta bring it into the game.
I think Ohm is definitely going soft on us.
Yes. Big time.
He wanted real bad for that guy not to die.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Neil's heard that and feels a little bad about it, but
the
less
like
bad than he would.
grabbing this guy's face, totally unnecessary, but it didn't really like cause us any problems to do it. So I would be okay with not really getting obsessed on that one.
Okay.
Just because it didn't put us in any kind of hurt, you know?
Right.
Whereas being
Yet.
soft was like Ohm was kind of going against the crew there. And the crew's like, sure, Ohm, whatever you gotta hear.
In fairness,
Yeah.
because we are family. I was feeling for Ohm. I was like,
Yep.
I
That's
feel
good. That's good.
terrible.
That's good tension. We need
I
to
was
carry
like,
that. We need to carry
I
that into
felt
the next game.
terrible.
That you
I
know
was
that
like,
Ohm is like doesn't have the stomach to do what you know needs to be done.
Don't
Right.
worry, little Timmy. Old Yeller will be just fine.
But yeah, I like that
that one
tension.
just said.
Yeah, I like that tension. I think that trauma, I think both traumas were sort of expressed, but only that one actually mattered. The other one was like, it's a gimme, the guy's not going to do anything. So got his face.
Yeah. And I know Griffith, you had you're reckless and stuff like that right now. So.
Oh yeah,
Several
yeah. I
times.
got
Fired
reckless
stuff.
right now.
Yeah.
Like usually I would wait outside for the crew. Don't really have time for that at this moment.
TikTok, this thing is healing, man.
TikTok. I
Um,
think I'm gonna pick. I fully upgraded, so I'm thinking about it.
and then, Katrina, were you all set for that one?
Yeah, I don't think I had anything, though. Offline, I'm probably going to talk to you about my trauma. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Yes. So, I think that wraps us up in terms of game stuff. Thanks for coming out. Thanks people for donating.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you all so much
Go
for the
get your
donations.
Gen Con online free registrations and wait to see what happens with events.
Yeah, Gen Con Online is free. So you just got to go to gencon.com, sign up. That gets you a badge. That's free. And then in a couple of days, we're going to get to start registering for events, not registering, submitting for events as event organizers. And then I imagine there's going to be some kind of like panicked approval process. And then people will get to register for the online games they want to play. I don't know if they're going to be free or cost or what, but the show itself is going to be free. That's cool.
Yep.
I'm really excited to hear about this and just see how Gen Con Online is going to go down. Like I have to do it just for like the sheer curiosity of the whole thing.
Yes.
Gen Con
Agreed.
Online survival guide win.
I need that. Yeah. So I've reached out to them in a couple of different ways to say, hey, I need one of y'all to come on and tell us what's up. Because there's fuck all for description. There's like a paragraph. You know?
Did you get a hold of some? I'll talk to you offline about it.
Yeah, please do. Because I've reached out to like 3 different emails that I know for like leaders within Gen Con. I'm sure they're all busy and like they don't need to give me any time, but I would love to interview them and get the take on what it's going to be like on tape. That would be awesome.
Okay.
Tweet.
I'll talk to you about it. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. Otherwise, High Shelf Gaming podcast. It's rad.
Yes.
All over the place.
As always, have fun and play well.
May all your rolls be crits.
Yay!
See you.